Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, Gary here for Bizarre Brain Comics. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics and talk about the characters and creators, and then examine the stories and the art. Okay, and as my green friend here can probably tell you, this one's about the Green Lantern. This is from DC Comics, 1983, Green Lantern 171. Yeah, Green Lantern. So, let's see what the big book of knowledge has to say about the Green Lantern. No. No. Here we are. Green Lantern 171, 1983 from DC Comics. Written by Noel Naive and with art by the great Alex Toth. And Green Lantern is the name of several comic book superheroes from DC Comics. And it goes clear back to the Golden Age. They each combat evil, aided by a ring which endows them with great powers. But the Green Lantern is not unique. He's a part of the Green Lantern Corps, which is a body of superpowered beings who enforce galactic law and justice on behalf of the diminutive blue-skinned Guardians of the Universe. And the 1959 reboot of the Green Lantern, which is Hal Jordan, was created by John Broome and Gil Kane. And of course, the original Green Lantern was Alan Scott. And in that version, originally, the Green Lantern, the ring was magic-based. And Alan Scott found it and found the lantern, had made the ring, which allowed him to make all kinds of weird constructs with the power of the ring. And then later, during in the Silver Age, they did reboot and made it science fiction based instead of magic based. And they crossed over, of course, with the multiverse, etc. But then years later, like after the Crisis on Infinite Earths and all those Golden Age heroes was rolled into the Earth 1 timeline, it was had a little bit of a problem there, and so they retconned the backstory on the Golden Age Alan Scott Green Lantern, and had it. They just thought it was magic, but it turned out it was actually a power ring from the Green Lantern Corps, and the battery, which had been lost on Earth many centuries ago. And then found, and all this time he thought it was magic, but it was actually one of the power rings from the Corps, from the Green Lantern Corps. And of course, then we had the live action, very disappointing live-action Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds several years ago. It had a more successful but short-lived. I think it was 2 seasons. CGI animated Green Lantern animated series, again featuring Hal Jordan. But there are several Green Lanterns of Earth with Alan Scott, Hal Jordan, and John Stewart, who to a lot of people was first introduced to them first in the Justice League animated series, and I like that version of the of Green Lantern as well. Like Hal Jordan is my favorite. I like all those. Okay with Guy Gardner, he was such a jerk, but and when he was incorporated into the Justice League, it was okay. I was never thrilled with the Kyle Rayner version. Never got into that, except in the novels. They had what was it? Hero's Quest novel, which was the origin of Kyle Rayner as a Green Lantern, and I enjoyed that novel. And then they had a trilogy of novels which had also Alan Scott, Kyle Rayner, and Hal Jordan in the stories over a period of time, and that was really, really good. But as far as the comics are concerned, I was never thrilled with Kyle Rayner. And in my opinion, Hal Jordan is the best, with John Stewart a close second. And so let's go into space with the Green Lantern. Yep, here we go. Green Lantern. And this, a great cover illustration, depicts nothing going on in the book. This could be a poster or something, but done by Gil Kane, who was a co-creator of this version of the Green Lantern. And of course, Gil Kane is one of the greats of comic book artists. Of course, did the Silver Age Green Lantern for a few years, and did so many others. And he also used this costume design similar to it elsewhere too. When he was doing working on Thunder Agents, and who was, I think it was Mentor, I think it was the character that he primarily drew there, and he had a very similar costume to Hal Jordan's here. And of course, he did so much great work for both Marvel and DC. Did a bunch of covers for both of them. Did a lot of Spider-Man and Conan the Barbarian and you name it, as well as doing his own short-lived science fiction comic strip. The title escapes me at the moment. I think it was in the early 80s, I think it was. And I really enjoyed that. And I think that ran for about 2 years. So, and then the interior art here is by Alex Toth. And I've talked a little bit about Alex Toth before, especially when he had done that framing sequence in Super Friends. And he has a close tie to Super Friends. See, Alex Toth was from 1928 to 2006, and was an American cartoonist working from the 40s through the 80s. And wow, a great comic book artist. He is also well known for his character designs for Hanna-Barbera animation through the 60s and 70s. And this work included, of course, the Super Friends, Space Ghost, the Fantastic Four, Herculoids, and Birdman, including Scooby-Doo and the like. So all those, or most of those great Hanna-Barbera characters. What did I do? Ha! I had it upside down. Ha! Ha! No, I didn't. Those great Hanna-Barbera characters. Silly me. Great Hanna-Barbera characters were designed. I mean, that's when TV animation was good instead of the crap that you see on there now. Most of the stuff on the Cartoon Network is garbage as far as I'm concerned. And but they had some great stories, great characters, and the like. And that was done by Alex Toth. Okay, and Toth studied illustration at the School of Industrial Arts. And he started by illustrating true stories for Heroic magazine through a comic book packager. But he wanted to do comic strips, but landed in comic books instead, because comic strips and their popularity, especially adventure strips, were on the way out. And he was hired by Sheldon Mayer at DC doing the Golden Age Green Lantern in '47. And he worked for DC for years doing a variety of genres. And so there later years, you only saw his work every once in a while. But here we are. We'll kind of go through briefly here. Green Lantern. Is there shelf life. And this is Green Lantern's on the ship with this lady. She doesn't have a power ring, but it's obviously a Green Lantern ship because it's got the symbol there. And he's kind of banished. He's being sort of punished on these out there missions from the Guardians because of something he had done. So he's coming to this planet, and he goes, "Great Guardians!" They come out, and there's just these ruins. Look at that! Really, really nice work here on these figures. And he was always known for doing such lovely ladies, and of course that came through in the Hanna-Barbera stuff too. Really great work. He's known for simplified detail on the figures and faces and everything, really, with heavy heavy line work and dense blacks. As you can see right here, it's very simplified, but it's characteristically Alex Toth. And here's the lady. She's afraid to go with him, so she hugged him, and that's a really nice panel right there. And then the extreme close up on her. But I'd rather be with you and face it than wait here alone. Suit yourself, Doreen. But as far as I can tell, it's only another make-work assignment from the Guardians. So he's looking around. Oh, you see something. What's this? Just these ruins. A trap door. Something's happening. You can see a screen which is showing it's dark down there in these tunnels. And they get down there, and this door suddenly opens. Or shuts behind them, rather. It says, "You really want to go on? No stopping you, is there?" Again, another really and it's some interesting page layout with good storytelling. Here there, then some gas has been released in on him, and he takes care of that with his ring. See, there's nothing to fear. And nice, that's really nice. It's sitting there and just a relaxed image. Then thud. Something else is going on in there, hustling. And she is just hanging on to him, and then taking her for a ride. Here, too late. There's somebody down there. A glass cage, a trap. and smashes right through it. Use it with one of his ring constructs. Oh, yes, I'm alive. Awake and alive. And this little diminutive being, kind of funny looking, explains that there were some disease that overtook all his people. He's the last one. Everyone is comatose. It is a sickness, a sleeping sickness, a parasitic virus, and everyone's asleep. And he said he needs him, and suddenly he offered them drinks and stuff, and they fell for it. It was drugged, but he quickly, with the help of his ring and his constitution, oh, the drug did not affect you. Your metabolisms must be strong indeed. So then it explains it. All his people are comatose, and he needs to use them and their power to... He thinks he's holding a weapon at him. It's a siphon. It's a sort of weapon. It's a siphon. And it's going to siphon their life energy off. And here's a nice double-page spread. And we see all these, what looks like coffins, going back, way back in the image as coffins. And he's got the thing. This is his wife. She has volunteered. She's going to give up her life force to save their people who are all comatose. Zap, 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 and oh, the pain, the pain. Well, Hal won't stand for that, and zap, boom, boom, boom. Cuts off the power to the weapons, but to the machine. Some nice pseudo technology there. It says, "All clear, we're safe." Oh no, he's gone. The man, he's dead. His heart gave out. Oh yes, he collapsed as soon as you shut the power down. He says, yes, that was all his purpose. He knew his striving to find a cure for his people, but he did not realize that they are dead. They're all dead. And the only thing keeping him alive was his hope to save them. I submitted to his experiments despite the tremendous pain I had to endure. So it turns out they're all dead. And here the Guardians are watching from afar. That's all we see from that. And now, again, really nice. Real nice in drawing here. Good storytelling. Interesting page layout. Good visual storytelling. And I enjoy the story. They're just leaving. All they can do is leave. So the old lady is all alone. All her people and her husband are dead. Until, oh, she collapses and she dies too. No, and now there's no one left to think of. And she will die soon. And they head back solemnly to the ship. Rage against the dying of the light. Oh, poor thing. Poor thing. She sheds tears over her dead husband. And it was an interesting story. It has a backup story here from the Green Lantern Corps. And I'm not going to go into that. But some really nice artwork all around. An interesting offbeat story. I thought it was pretty well told, especially very well told visually. I really like that. So thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. And remember, comics are art.